perhaps one of the best animes ever made. Death Note has one of the best villains and protagonists ever created. But now, let me ask you a question. If you had the power to kill every criminal on Earth, would you do it? For me, the answer will be yes, because in the end, the world will be a better place. And I fully understand why some people will call this evil, but in my opinion, it's not. Simply because if killing evil is bad, then what is good? In the anime, it was said that 75% of crime was eradicated from the earth, and that wars were stopped thanks to Kira aka Light Yagami. So in the long run, it was better to kill criminals rather than letting them live. Well, according to the anime. But no, in the end of the series, he was actually stopped by a autistic kid that likes to play with toys. Truth be told, the end of Death Note was trash, but the series was good overall. It has everything you can ever want: drama, mystery, death, and a good main character and a good villain as well. But I don't call the end of the series trash because it was rushed. No, I call it trash because L and Nier are supposed to be geniuses with an IQ level over 200 points. But even with their genius levels intellect, they don't see the good side of Kira killing criminals, or at least they don't care. For example, who's gonna stop corruption or criminals that are in hiding, or criminal organizations that cannot be stopped by governments, or even criminals on third world countries? The answer is no one, but they don't care about that. They only care about stopping the only guy who's taking justice to his own hands, simply because he kills killers and people who commit crimes. But don't get me wrong, Kira's way of justice is not perfect, because in the end of the day he's still killing people. But at the same time, his way of justice is better than we have nowadays, simply because I cannot walk outside my house in the middle of the night without getting mauled or killed. So in the end of the day, Light Yagami had two choices: to either kill criminals and do something about the increasing crime rates, or simply do nothing about it. One choice will help the world be a better place and the other one will help you have a better conscience. And we all know what choice Light Yagami took, which I don't blame him for it. Yeah, he killed people, but at the same time he made the world 75% better according to the anime and the manga. But I cannot deny that he was extremely crazy and he was a psychopath and he had a extreme god complex. But now let's move on to the next psychopath on my list, which is Thanos. Look, I'ma start by saying that Thanos was right. Half of you motherfuckers have to go, especially those who use Twitter and TikTok. But look, let's keep it real on this video. Thanos was not evil. He just didn't want you to suffer like he did, because during the movie he was talking about how his planet suffered from hunger and thirst after depleting all resources, and he only wanted us to avoid the mistakes his planet made before it was too late. And in my opinion, that is not bad. That was actually a nice thing. The only thing that was bad, it was the execution of his plan. Killing half of the population is not a solution to having more resources, because within a few years the population will simply come back up. In my opinion, Thanos is not a bad guy. He only wanted us to live longer and better. He kinda reminds me of those cringy climate change activists, because their goal is pure. They have a good goal, but their execution of that goal is simply stupid. And this is the kind of people who will buy a Tesla to be more environmentally friendly, but at the same time they refuse to accept that in order to make a Tesla you will need to cause 6 times more pollution than a regular car. Countless fossil fuels are being burned to generate electricity to charge your Tesla. So even if you buy a Tesla, you're still technically using gasoline, because it takes gasoline to recharge your Tesla via a generator. So it doesn't make sense. But back to the topic at hand, what really makes me mad is when the Avengers went back in time so they could kidnap the Infinity Pebbles so they can kill Thanos and bring back everybody that Thanos killed. Infinity War was a really good movie, but the plot of the movie was trash as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. But now let's move on to the worst supervillain ever created. This supervillain is hated worldwide by literally everyone. It doesn't matter if you are 5 years old, 2 years old, or 10 years old, or 1,000 years old. You will hate this villain with all of your heart and soul. And this supervillain can never be defeated, simply because if you do, you will be arrested. And ladies and gentlemen, that villain is the IRS. Perhaps the most hated agency in the world. The IRS has to be the most shady concept ever to be created in planet Earth, simply because if you are short $1 out of your taxes, you will be taken to federal prison. But if you give them more money than you were supposed to give them, they will not give you that shit back, no matter what. And to make everything a little worse, We get taxed on our paychecks. We get taxed when we pay bills. And we even get taxed when we buy food. And look man, I might not be a genius, but this shit has to be fucking illegal. Because there is no fucking way I get taxed every time I have to buy something. Or use money to pay for living expenses, such as rent, food, water, bills, and things like that. But in conclusion, it does not matter if you have the Death Note or the Infinity Pebbles, you're still gonna have to pay fucking taxes. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for 150 subscribers. That actually means a lot to me, so thank you. And see you guys next time.